guys, it's Beast from Above here. I have something quite special for you, actually. So, over here we have an actually completed acrobatics grinder. And this grinder you can AFK, all you have to do is place something on your spacebar so you continue jumping, and this will automatically farm your acrobatic skills. This is a beacon of regeneration, and basically how it works is with all these flips and switches and redstone. As you travel through this thing, you hit switches that triggers timers and delays to eventually trigger water to push you back to where you need to go to where you go up. So basically it just uses the simple Minecraft mechanics to get you to where you need to be, to end up falling off the next turn, landing on a regeneration beacon, and gaining the Mcmmo from the fall, and then gaining health before the water pushes you back up for round 2. So I want to show you guys how to build this. Now over here we have just a simple little outline, if you will. So to start, you need to make a high level pyramid, the highest level that there can be, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. On the bottom is a 9x9. The second layer up is a 7x7. Then you have the 5x5. Then a 3x3, and then the beacon goes right on top, like that. So when it comes to the beacon, after you get it all set up, you need to right click it, and you have to put a diamond in there, which I did have in there originally. Actually, I think it's because that water is blocking it, but yeah, alright, there you go. Now you can see that you put a diamond in, you activate strength, and then it will turn into you don't need to activate specifically strength, but you need to activate one of these in order for the regeneration to even kick on. So put a diamond in there, activate strength, activate the regen, hit the check button, and you have a regeneration beacon. Alright, so once you get that, you need to get water and place it 2 blocks behind the regeneration beacon, almost like a TNT cannon, and the water flows for 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is where it ends. And then when the water ends, you need to build a water elevator with signs and water. You place the signs every other block, and then the water in every other space in between. And then you have this up here. So what this does is the last sign that you place has to be on the very top block, so the water can flow over it and carry you down back onto the what the fuck is that thing called? The beacon. Yeah, the regeneration beacon. Alright, in order to do that, you need to go 1, 2, 3 blocks past the hole in which you come up and place the water. So that way, you fall right there, right onto the beacon. Alright, so now that you got the main outline of it, I'm going to show you the more complicated part with like the redstone and the tripwires and stuff like that. So let's get some string. Oh yes, and also the height of this determines how much damage you take every fall. You can vary this depending on how you want it to be, depending on your server settings and stuff like that. Like, I know some servers have it so you lose a lot of health when you're low on hunger, and if you intend to AFK a while jumping, you're definitely going to get low on hunger. So you're going to take damage, whether it drops to half health or half a heart. That varies, I guess. So right now this one's set lower to the ground because it's set for those servers that like drop players to half health on low hunger, so that way it only takes away 9 hearts and leaves you with a half a heart rather than taking away 19 hearts. But yeah, all those height, distance, fall ratios are online. You can just type in how high do I need to fall from to reach 1 heart, how far do I need to fall from to stay at half health, etc. like that. So yeah, now I'm gonna show you guys how to set up the redstone stuff. So basically, you're gonna have to go 2 out. I don't know why the water's doing that. And then come up 2. Oops. Also, I just throw some pressure plates right there to prevent the water from flowing over there. So, alright. So yeah, now you got do that for 3 in a row up here before the water ends, right after the hole. So you're tripping the wires immediately, and then you're gonna do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now break these blocks, cobble it up, put the pressure plates on to prevent the water from flowing. Break these blocks, cobble it up, and pressure plate it to prevent the water from flowing in that direction. Okay, so now I'm just going to block this water off over here just because I need to work with the tripwires. So you put the tripwires up in the air so they aren't destroyed by the flowing of the water. Now, in order to place a tripwire, you need to place it on the ground block directly below them. You need to place 1 string and then 1 string on top of that, and that links the tripwire. It is now linked, and now we'll send a redstone signal. So then you break that string that was below it, and you rinse and repeat for the next, and do the same thing for the next. Alright. Oops. There, now all our tripwires are hooked up and are giving off a redstone signal every time they are fired. So then you want to come behind and set up a little platform to accept a redstone signal from the tripwire. And usually I like to do that with redstone repeaters so the wires don't get all jumbled. When you place the redstone repeaters, you need to ensure that it's flowing in the direction of that you want your current to go. So in this instance, I want the redstone to go down that way, so it's going away from the tripwire. So these can even accept the signal away from it. So I do that, and then I link all of these together, and now I can actually start descending. Now once one is fired, it leads to the same line. All of them lead to the same line essentially, so it all will go down in one continuous stream, which is what you want because you're gonna need the time to line up accurately, and that's just the way redstone works. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna break this block, and the water will push you through these, and you will trip all the tripwires. Now, also, I'd just like to take this time to add something else. In order to land accurately on the beacon, you're gonna need to build a guide down. So just build it like such. You really probably don't even need to go that high. You only need 1 or 2 blocks, but I'm just gonna do it for just because. And then drop it down 2 or 3 blocks, and that will guide you directly onto the beacon. Just because when you're jumping, you oftentimes go further than the block you intend to land on without the guide, and in order to make this AFK acrobatics grinder work, you need to do that. So now I'm just gonna build a simple spiraling staircase with redstone down to here to link to our sticky piston, which I'll just put in right now. You want the sticky piston to be put in between the source block and the beacon, so it will shut off right here, essentially like that, cutting off the water on the beacon so the beacon can actually activate. Like that. Alright, so in order to put a sticky piston here, you need to put a block here, put a block here, then break the middle block, get in the water stream, and then place the piston. Don't ask me why you have to do all that. It's really just because that's the way placing pistons are sketchy. That one's facing me, you go up a little, then it's facing up, and yeah, it's See, now that one's facing down. Don't ask me why. Probably because like it depends on where you are in the axes to it. But alright, so now I'm just gonna speed the video up, and I'm going to build a big platform underneath here. So just bear with me for a second, guys. You're also gonna need to do this. So now's a good time for you to get cracking on it as well. Alright guys, now I'm also going to start building the staircase down. So just copy what I do. And yeah, it's kind of repetitive, so I'm going to speed this part up as well. Alright guys, so like every so many blocks the redstone signal putters out. So you're gonna need to add a repeater to boost the signal. And like I said before, you need to make sure you're facing, when you place it, you're facing the direction in which the current flows so it can actually pass through the repeater. If it doesn't, the repeater will end the current. So I'm just gonna go test this, make sure it actually reaches the repeater by testing our tripwires. So it is reaching here. So then I'm gonna finish up the staircase down, land it over there. So just bear with me for another couple moments, guys. Okay. Alright. So now I am going to start the repeater process. And place redstone here. And basically just go all the way down this little row that I put. And then once I get all these set, I'm going to increment them to 3. So yeah, I'm going to speed this up again too. Alright, now that all that is set, let's activate this and see how our signal works. So it fires, gets all the way down here, goes along. By now we've fallen, and we're healing up again. Oh, I forgot to link it with redstone. But anyway, you get the point. The signal travels slowly, up and down these things, comes back over here, where we then will link it to our... actually, we're going to link it to... You need to make an inverter right here. So that's what we're going to do. Make an inverter. And we're going to have to link it to that. So, in order to do that, I'm going to place... I'm going to break that. Place this there, break this. And wrap the redstone right around here and into this. Okay, so now we have the water blocked off, this thing going. We come up, we trigger these guys, land in the beacon. Ow, take damage. It comes around, you're healing up, you're healing up. It takes quite a little bit to heal on the regeneration beacon, so that's a good thing. The water pushes you, and then you stop. Just short of where you want to go. Oh no, what do you do? Okay, so now this is where you're gonna build another tripwire. I know, so many it's so trippy, guys. Ha ha ha. Okay, no, that wasn't funny at all, but you get the point. Lots of tripwires. That's basically what this thing is. Tripwires are the only reason this contraption works. If tripwires weren't a thing, there's no other way to make a redstone trip while it being in water. So this is the only way it can work. So 2 more tripwires. It's okay, guys, we're almost done. This next part's actually pretty easy. So you place the string, break the string, place the string, break the string, and now you have your 2 tripwires, trip. And all you do, place 2 blocks, redstone here and redstone there, and boom. either one of these tripwires now will trip into the system, activating a redstone signal, and you're good. That redstone signal will come along, trigger the water, push you further up while you're jumping, and send you up the chute. So yeah, the only thing that we might have to do is increase the length of the delay so we can heal up longer. I'm not sure exactly how much delay is needed, but let's find out right now. Okay, there we go. I got the regeneration on. I don't know exactly how it worked. It seemed like I really didn't do anything. I just messed with it, and then the generation kicked on. So, let's go try that again, shall we? Set myself to game mode 0. Jumping because that's what you'll be doing. So I actually still have the regeneration activates while you're up top. So you regenerate hearts at a fairly fast rate. Um, much faster than just normal health. Get your full hearts, and you keep the regeneration from the last moment you were on the beacon, and it will continue healing you as you get up to the top again. So that's really good. Alright, so you go there. Now you're climbing up. Trigger these again. And I'm literally not moving. I'm just holding the space bar. Okay, so the reason why you're landing in water is because this tower is not high enough. You see I'm only taking 2 hearts of damage every time. But for instance, come over here. That tower is very small. I just made it for like education, like to show you guys how to build it. I didn't want to take so long in the process. But when you get to something like this, where the tower is much higher, it's much higher. It's almost 2 to 3 times the distance of it. So set ourselves to game mode 0 on this one, and trip the wires, fall onto the beacon, take half hearts of damage. It's not it's not even that high, guys. Also my acrobatics, so I'm healing up while I wait. I heal from the last moment I leave the beacon, the range of the beacon. I keep my regeneration, and it resets. Jumping still, jumping still. Get up to full hearts in the time in between. And the signal comes around and brings me up. So as I said before, guys, this is an AFK acrobatics farm. That means you don't have to be at your computer. You don't have to do anything. You just let it go and gain acrobatics for nothing. And that is huge in this game, especially faction servers, PvP servers. That is huge. If you could leave this on overnight, you'll get loads and loads of acrobatics farm. You do need some materials. Why I made the pyramid out of iron blocks is because like iron is like much more common than diamond, emerald, or gold on most servers, and I wanted to prove that you could do it using iron blocks, and you only need like 100, and I think it's 135 of them. I don't know the exact number, but so yeah, that's basically it, guys. I really hope that you found this tutorial useful, and that you guys will profit from this in all manner of form. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'm just taking hunger damage right now. So yeah, if you guys like this or found this useful and are going to use it, definitely subscribe, leave a friendly comment. If you have any questions about it, definitely let me know. I hope you guys like this. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty intuitive design, pretty good idea, especially like because it's an AFK farm, which is very hard to find nowadays, like for anything. You can't even AFK farm for experience, because you need to kill them or else they won't drop the EXP orbs. Same things with a lot of items, like if you don't kill a spider, they don't drop the spider eye. If you don't kill the blaze, they don't drop the blaze powder. So I feel like this is very good, very useful. You can use this on a lot of servers, get your acrobatics up, and then just dodge everything left and right. So definitely comment, rate, and subscribe, guys. I'll see you around. Peace.